We're leaving Charleston and making our way over to Carolina Beach. Kind of crazy, but on our way out of Charleston, we actually saw J.K. Rowling's yacht, which was absolutely insane. We've never seen a boat like this up close before.
Searching for something that ain't lost. Have we got our lines crossed? We're wasting time on stuff that doesn't really matter, while wishing for something better.
Well, that was it for Charleston. So far, leaving hasn't been too bad. We had a little bit of current keeping us there. We got to see J.K. Rowling's boat. They kind of cut us off, a little rude, but fine. And now we're in the inlet, and it's not super bouncy for having 10 knots of wind coming straight at us. So feeling pretty good about it so far.
Little bit queasy. It's pretty choppy today, but it should be getting calmer, so looking forward to that. It can be a little lonely out here, but we usually find ways to entertain ourselves. I know some of you are worried about the headphones. I promise I either keep one ear off or the volume super low so I can hear everything going on around me. Sailing from Charleston to Carolina Beach took us about 25 hours. We started in 3 to 4 foot waves, but as night approached, it calmed down to about 1 to 2 foot waves, which was so much more comfortable. Our mast is about 50 feet, so we are set up well to go through the ICW. I love when we run into fixed bridges instead of drawbridges. I mean, truthfully, I think everyone prefers no bridge at all, but fixed bridges are so much nicer than calling in for an opening. But I also recognize that we're fortunate to be only about 50 feet when most bridges are 65, so we have a lot of room to work with. When we were coming in and out of Charleston, I felt so bad calling this double-sided bridge on the Ashley River, especially being such a slow boat and holding up traffic. On the other hand, most bridge operators are usually pretty nice to work with, so that's been a positive experience for us. This was a bit of a rough spot to anchor in. We came in at low tide, so there wasn't a lot of depth to work with. Plus, there was already 2 other boats anchored there, and it's not a very big space. We are on our way to Publix. It is like a 10 or 15 minute dinghy ride because there's absolutely no wake in here, which is kind of nice, but a long dinghy ride. And then about a 15-minute walk. We brought our little cart, so we don't have to carry everything for that long, so that'll be nice. Every time we took the dinghy down this stretch, I would get excited to see what I called Bird City. Honestly, I've always thought of bird watching as an older person's hobby, but I have to admit it's come for me early. Since we moved onto the boat, I'm always checking out what birds are around. Pelicans are currently my favorite. Maybe it has nothing to do with age and it's all about how much time you spend outside. They have a couple public dinghy docks here where you can tie up for 3 hours at a time. $142 and we have a full cart.
Yeah, so not so bad. We do really just walk around and shop the sailors though.
We do. It's like every time it's something like buy one, get one. That's what we're getting.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, we need lettuce.
What's
which
the
lettuce
cheapest
is the cheapest or is on sale. But that's okay. That's like, you know, that's the cruising life for you. Trying to save $1 to spend $1,000 on your boat.
Ooh, baby sidewalk. It lasts for 10 feet. Perfect. Yeah, I will say the only bummer about this walk is there's not really any sidewalks. Which, you know, I think us as a society, if we had more sidewalks, especially shaded sidewalks, life would just be better. Easier to walk around, easier to just like go to things that are close to you. I like walkable cities. Beach has been one of our favorite stops so far. We really enjoyed this little area. It is a vacation town, so it's a little bit touristy, but we didn't mind. It was a fun area to check out and get some food.
Hot dog time. So this is one hot dog, which is well within the acceptable limits of hot dog eating. But 3 more and we'll have a conversation.
Not bad. No Costco dog.
Not a Costco dog. But only a little more expensive than a Costco dog.
So we'll take it.
And for being on the beach, I'll take it.
Britts donut shop. It's like very famous here. They only do glazed donuts, but they're supposed to be amazing. Still hot.
Yeah, we watched them make it fresh.
I don't think I've ever had a donut that fresh. And it's only like $2.50 for both.
Yeah, $1 a donut, $1.25 a donut.
If we were in Carolina Beach, I'd definitely check it out. I'm saying as I'm chewing. I would recommend it.
Yeah, definitely the freshest donut I've ever had. It's almost like eating funnel cake or something. But so good. Nicely done.
We ended up moving over to the mooring balls for 2 nights because some heavy wind was coming through and some folks let us know that the anchorage we were in did not have good holding for the weather. It's $30 a night for the mooring ball. Unfortunately, this one didn't come with a marina, but there were public bathrooms, some outdoor beach showers, and a spot to throw away trash, so still a good setup. It's a little noisy because the engine's on. We're making a hop to Beaufort today from Carolina Beach. Should be pretty fast for us.
Yeah, it's only like 16 hours. We decided to do it overnight just because I had some work calls during the day. And we're like, I have work calls at like noon tomorrow. So why don't we just leave it like 5?
We'll sleep, we'll wake up, we'll get there. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
we
like
won't
that.
sleep at the same time, obviously, but
We'll sleep the whole way.
we'll just fall asleep. I'm
I
just
thought
kidding.
that's what autopilot was for.
Quickly, I remembered that people have been asking what headphones we use. These are EarTech, the Ultralight HD. They were an investment. It was a big purchase for us. They've been worth it though, and they've worked great. So, no complaints. They call them the marriage saver. Super helpful for anchoring. So this was the anchorage we were in before. Only like 30 minutes left. Hopefully you can hear me. The engine is loud, so I'm screaming in Patrick's ear.
That's okay.
30 minutes until we get to the inlet to get out into the ocean.
Yeah, but as long as we're arriving there before dark, I'm happy.
I'm excited that this is going to be such a short sail for us, which is really funny because I thought about it and I was like, a couple of months ago, 16 hours would have been like, no way, that's not happening. And now I'm like, oh, what a short, nice sail. So just an overnight, that's it.
Finally made it to the inlet. It's actually not bad at all. We have probably like 1.5 knots of current coming in right now, but we also have like 10 knots of wind coming straight at us, so besides being just a little bouncy, it's pretty gentle. What was it, the St. Augustine Inlet?
I think it was St. Augustine.
Yeah, that was a brutal one. But this one's also nice and short, unlike Charleston, which was so long.
Charleston's like 2 hours.
Yeah, I think it's literally like 6 miles is the Charleston Inlet. But not here, not the, I think technically it's the Mason Inlet, but it's right by Wrightsville Beach. And then we'll be in our last ocean crossing until the end of hurricane season. Ocean hop. Well, we're crossing a little piece of the ocean, we're just not crossing the whole ocean.
It took us about 2 hours of motoring to get to the inlet and head back into open water. Once we got to the inlet, we brought up the mainsail, and then Patrick had to run up front to tie up the safety lines. We always tie up safety lines before we leave. That was my bad. I usually tie them after we lift anchor, or in this case, when we got off the mooring ball. He also went up to attach a red light to the port side because ours went out and we were unable to find a replacement in Carolina Beach. This is something we'll get fixed as soon as we can, but thankfully after this hop we should only be moving during daylight. My appearance. I ended up having a really rough night with seasickness. It kind of came out of nowhere because I haven't been having much, but I'm still struggling even though the sun's up. And we only have a couple more hours to go, so I'm looking forward to being done. And there has been a couple of dolphins up at the bow, so can't really see them very well because the water's so dark the way the light's hitting it, but I've seen them pop up a few times, so that made me feel a lot better. I mean, it didn't make me actually feel better. I still feel like queasy, but emotionally, it made me feel better. Our engine started making kind of weird noises, like it almost sounds like when we shift gears, but we weren't shifting. Water was still coming out of the exhaust. Nothing was like leaking in the engine compartment. We still had fuel, so we're gonna try to top off the fuel, but not quite sure what's going on. After topping off the fuel, the engine did stop losing RPM. It has happened once or twice since this, so we're pretty sure the fuel filter needs to be changed. Hopefully it's not a bigger issue than that. Beaufort has good holding and overall good protection, except for the millions of fishing boats that come flying out of here at 4 and 5 in the morning. There's really no chance of sleeping in here unless you can sleep through getting thrown around your boat.